I bet the Lakers would love to be in the Clippers position right now. Even though, the Clippers lost the other night to the Phoenix Suns, and Ty Lue was irate about that by his team didn't show up and blasted them a little bit as a team, as a unit, because they didn't play well. Well, Ty Lue has to look at the situation of the Lakers. I mean, he has to feel a lot more better, much better than what they feel right now, because they have 3 top 75 players and they're winless in this season. They haven't won a game yet. And see, that's the problem. The Lakers have all this top-heavy talent, but they don't have enough surrounding talent around them. The guys they have are not shooters. They're not good enough, and they're not good enough to help them win a championship. And a lot of people sit there and say, if Anthony Davis is healthy, the Lakers will be fine. If Anthony Davis is healthy, if LeBron James can stay healthy and play the way he did last year, and all these things, and if Russell Westbrook can contribute a little bit, they'll be fine. And so far, that's what's happened. Russell Westbrook has contributed. He's played decent defense a little bit. That one, he went 0 for 11 the one game, but he did, contribute with a little bit of scoring here and there in the first 3 games. And, LeBron and AD have been playing pretty stellar, for the most part. But as I said before, LeBron and AD playing stellar is not going to make a difference because Russell Westbrook doesn't want to be there. The chemistry with this team is not there. The feeling of happiness is not there for this team. They don't want Russ. Russ doesn't want to be there. Russ is kind of like a distraction along with Patrick Beverley, because they got Patrick Beverley in the starting lineup, and they also put Russ in the starting lineup, I think, to appeal to Russ because he didn't want to come off the bench behind Patrick Beverley. So my point is, it's a lot of drama in LA, but it's really only residing with the purple and gold. It's not residing with the Clippers. And the Clippers, as impatient as they might feel at times, especially Ty Lue, he has to realize, the Lakers are going through a lot worse. You have a lot better team than the Los Angeles Lakers, a team that everybody projects to be better at all times. I mean, when the Lakers lose, they still get talked about more than the Clippers do, almost as if the Lakers are winning, or the Lakers have a winning record and the Clippers don't. It's almost as if the Clippers are 0-3 and the Lakers are 2-1 or 3-0. I mean, it's very weird, how that is. So, with that being said, the Clippers, are in really good position. And on top of that, they got to look at the situation for what it's worth. You got guys coming in and out the lineup a lot probably this season because you want to rest guys, you might do load management, and you want to have everybody 100% healthy for the playoffs. So with that being said, you're going to rest guys, you're going to do certain things, you're going to have certain things set, in place, just to see this season out and try to make it all the way through, because that's the goal of this season, to make it all the way through and get to the end of it and get in the playoffs. And then your season really starts, because a team like the Lakers, the way they're going, 0-3, I would not be surprised by Christmas time they have a record the way they had last year, and they'd be so far behind where they might not be able to even make the playoffs. I mean, it's very possible for the Lakers to go through that once again, because I don't see any difference in this team. They're just a younger version of what they were last year. Last year, they were an older version of what they are now, because they had a bunch of older guys who couldn't score, who couldn't really play to that level because they were out of their prime, and they weren't really shooters like that. Now they got a bunch of younger guys who are not shooters and just are athletic and can get to the point, get to the rim. Well, that's not good enough, because you need shooters in this league. You don't need guys who all have athleticism, because you can't always get to the rim. And on top of that, it's just hard to, utilize that one skill all the time. You have to be able to step back with a jumper and attack the defense in different ways. And the Lakers can't do that, but the Clippers can. You see what I'm saying? And this is what the Clippers need to realize. Everything the Lakers, a lot of weaknesses the Lakers have, you don't. And everybody's still sitting here. When I look at Undisputed, they're still sitting there talking about the Lakers every segment, every show seemed like almost as if the Lakers are undefeated and the Lakers haven't won a damn game yet. But they still talk about them every segment as if they can turn it around, get it together, and all these things. So my thing with the Clippers is use that as motivation. If everybody's sitting there saying the Lakers can turn it around and make, a season out of this season, even though it's looking very bad for them, you'll be fine as the Clippers. Don't worry, you're going to have losses, you're going to have a lot of wins. That's just the way it goes. Just because you lose to certain teams sometime, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. And that's what Ty Lue has to understand. And that's what he has to the mentality he has to have around his guys too. You can't always, let the emotions get to you over a loss. I mean, because you're in a way better position than the team in the basement, to me, which is LA, the Lakers. You're in a way better position. You got a way better team, and you're really an actual contender for a championship, and they're not. That ought to give you all the confidence in the world right there. That ought to give you the patience in the world to see this thing through and allow it to flourish. Don't worry about some of the losses that the Clippers are going to have. Ty Lue just has to understand that it's okay. Everything is a part of the process, and everything will be fine in the end as long as you can keep Kawhi and PG healthy. You will have a great chance of doing a lot of things. John Wall being healthy is great, is a good addition, but even if he's not, you got to make sure Kawhi and PG, of course, is healthy, because those are the main two that can get you there. And I think both of them would have got you to the finals about a year or two ago, before Kawhi got hurt in the playoffs. So, I mean, the main thing is, as I said, getting through the season, not worrying about not worrying about the things you can't control. If you lose a game, you can't control that. You have to move on to the next. You have all year to be great. You have all year to be a much better team. So allow it to happen, allow it to flourish, and keep using the Lakers as an example. Watch all the mistakes that they make as a team and everything like that. Watching them will give you all the insights you need, and it will help you, develop your team the way it's supposed to. Because as much credit as people are giving the Lakers, like they can turn the season around, and they can, same thing they were doing last year. They could turn the season around. They're so much better with it. When Anthony Davis is healthy and all this other stuff, they're 0-3 right now with all three players on the floor, 3 top 75 players. And it's not near the end of the season at all, but at the same time, it just goes to show talent is not what's going to help you win. It's chemistry. And that's what the Clippers have to understand. Look at the Lakers as an example. They got all the talent in the world, top heavy with 3 top 75 players, but they're 0-3 for a reason, because the chemistry is not there, and it wasn't there last year, and I don't think it's going to be there this year. And as I said before, they're a prime example of what you don't want to be. And this is the reason why the Clippers need to have more patience and build the chemistry, and not let, certain losses bother them during the season. Use as motivation and move on to the next. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out the videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.